Kia listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. Don't forget to join me on X and Instagram at Let's Learn Sumo. This is a stream on audio podcasters and also restreamed on YouTube as an audio if you're listening there. Don't forget to check out the old lessons. You can go to the playlist and find them there. Day 11 of the Natsu Basho in May, happening in Tokyo as we speak. What do we think happened tonight? Well, Onosato faced his nemesis Wakataka Kage. Last time Onosato was 11 wins, no losses, way back in September last year. Wakataka Kage took that incredible win over the Ozeki. That ended up being fight of the year for me last year. Tonight, Wakataka Kage faced him again. So Waka had a pretty good touchy eye. He was denied a belt grip by Onosato. Wakataka Kage took Onosato to the bails as he got a deep right belt inside, but the position that Waka is on the bails and Onosato just senses it, drops his weight and drove Wakataka Kage over the bails sideways. 11 wins, and the look on Onosato's face said a lot. Yoriteyoshi was the call, a frontal force down. It was really just a change and shift in weight that both had a bit of belt, and Onosato felt that he was in the right position and just forced Waka over. Now, he knows he's getting close. At 11 wins and no losses, he is certainly in the box seat now. Our chasers, well, they had a bit of a mixed night. Yokozuna Hoshoryu, he's 2 behind coming into this match, desperately needing a win against chaser Hakuoho, who tonight also wants to stay in the chance of the Yusho. Big meaty touchy eye as Hoshoryu allows Hakuoho to come at him, denied him the belt, and Hoshoryu retreated as he tried a bit of a pull down, but it didn't work, and Hakuoho was charging fast. Hoshoryu was in a bit of an unbalanced position. He was kind of looked like he panicked a bit because he was going sideways, and Hakuoho was chasing him across the ring fast. Hoshoryu hit the bails with both feet on the Tawara as Hakuoho has him around the body as he's following up, but Hakuoho's feet are not set. His back knee is bent, his toes dug into the dirt, and as he tries to stabilize, Hakuoho's knee gives way under pressure of a defending Hoshoryu, and Hoshoryu forces him back and down onto the ring. Look, the Kimarite was called a Koshikudake, which is basically an unforced loss of balance and fall, but look, to me, I think the Yokozuna got a Yoriteyoshi, a frontal force down. He did apply some pressure there. He did defend. I think it's a bit of an unfortunate call in the Kimarite there. Either way, it was a good escape by the Yokozuna. He moves to 9 wins and still 2 behind Onosato. Aonishiki, he is looking to chase the Ozeki Onosato on 8 wins. He comes into a battle tonight with Ozeki Korozakura. He's finally come up the Bansuke, or up the Torakumi, I should say. Big drive off the touchy eye by Aonishiki as Korozakura gets a bit of a slap on Aonishiki's head. Aonishiki drove Korozakura back to the bails, and Korozakura was in all sorts of trouble against the bails, but he defended well, had some good strength, got himself back into the ring. Aonishiki, he drove a hand inside to the left belt, and Korozakura, he used that belt to lock his arm up. They both tried to kotanage arm lock throw each other. They both go down front ways, locked arms, and they hit together. Look, it's really close. Aonishiki, however, he hit just a fraction before Korozakura. There's no mono-e. Kotanage arm lock throw is the call. Aonishiki falls 3 behind with fellow chaser Hakuoho. Daisho, he improved to join 8 wins with 3 big thrusts on Takerafuji and then a good slap on the back of Takerafuji's head for a Hataki Komi slap down. Takerafuji, he's having a difficult week on 4 and 7. He's now on wood for a Makekoshi, most unusually. Kirishima, he dealt with Ichi Yamamoto, who he got a Hataki Komi slap down on him as well. Ichi just went a little bit too hard there. 8 wins for Kirishima. He joins that chasing pack. Ichi, he is on wood with 7 losses. A good defensive win for Wakamoto Haru, if not a little bit messy over Hirodumi. Hirodumi went in hard inside at the tachiai. Wakamoto Haru couldn't get an outside or inside grip, and Hirodumi held his arms up high. Wakamoto Haru, he was in a little bit of trouble, but he persisted and pushed hard without a grip, forced Hirodumi back to the bails and over. Look, it was a pretty good defensive win, if not a little bit messy. Wakamoto Haru still chasing Kachikoshi, 5 wins, 3 away from that, and probably a deserved return to Sanyaku if he can do that over the next few days. Hirodumi, he's on wood, 7 losses. Match of the night, however, goes to Ura versus Takayasu. Look, Ura is a bit of a bugbear for the bear at 5-4 in Takayasu's favour. But what Ura pulled tonight was just simply unbelievable. It was a high energy affair. Ura went low at the tachiai, but not too low, as Takayasu pushed him back. Takayasu does a light slap and pull, but Ura keeps moving, trying to keep Takayasu off the belt as Takayasu chased him and thrusts at him. They exchanged a flurry of Sapari thrusts as Takayasu tried another pull down. Ura is moving fast backwards and laterally to keep away. Couple of missed swings and thrusts and they go at it again. Takayasu catches Ura's left arm as Ura tries to drive but can't really move Takayasu. Ura then drives his head into the left armpit of Takayasu. Do we remember this scene? Takayasu tries to grab Ura's belt over the back, but he can't quite get it. Ura has Takayasu back up against the bails. He's forced him there with a left hand inside on Takayasu's body. His right hand is holding Takayasu's left elbow as Takayasu has Ura by a right belt over the top. Ura then drives forward, changes his momentum to the side, twisting as he does, dragging Takayasu's arm with him, using his other hand to pull the body. Takayasu barrels forward, and unbelievably, Ura has taken Takayasu down again using the Tusezori forward underarm body drop. It's an incredible move, and to do a second one on Takayasu this year alone has the crowd absolutely cheering and buzzing. It was a high energy affair and both put in everything. Takayasu, unfortunately, he got up very slowly, might have some sort of injury, possibly a Kyujo coming there. Ura, he looks totally spent at the end of that. What a match. Ura goes to 3 wins and 8 losses. Takayasu 2 and 9. Oho, he got a bit of an advance to 4 wins, taking Tamawashi Hikiatoshi pull down after a bit of a thrusting battle. Oho might have some sort of right forearm injury of some description. He's got no grip strength apparently, which might explain his poor week after a pretty good start and his poor form. He's on wood at 7 losses. Tamawashi 3 and 8, already Makekoshi. Other fights tonight, Abe beat Goniyama Watanabe. Chiyoshima pulled an excellent Karasakashi on Shodai. Midori Fuji beat Shonanumi with a Hataki Komi, but again it was more like a belt throw at the bails as Shonanumi got a bit too committed. Midori Fuji stepped out of his way, grabbed the belt and helped him out. I don't know how they called that Hataki Komi, but anyway. So we have a bunch of Rikshi on 8 wins chasing Onosato on 11 wins. Hoshoryu is on 9, 2 behind. And it's hard to see anyone beating Onosato. It's just hard to see him losing from here, and his form is just impeccable. So 8 wins, Daisho, Kirishima, Wakataka Kage, Oshoma, who beat Meisei tonight, Hakuoho, who lost to the Yokozuna, Aonishiki, who lost to Kozukura, and Asakoryu, all the way down the bottom of the Bansuke. He got a pretty good Kotanage armlock win over the very strong Roga tonight. Good persistence in that fight. Already Makekoshi, 8 wins or more. Tochi Taikai, who will be heading back on the Juryo barge. Sadly, probably joining him will be Shonanumi, who at Magashira 15 is on 3 and 8. I expect to see him in Juryo in July. Shishi, he's also on 9 losses. He might want to stem the bleeding there with only 2 wins. He could find himself unusually on the Juryo barge, even at M11. Look, it's a bit of a stretch, but I don't think 2 wins is going to make him feel very safe. Shodai, 8 losses. Midori Fuji on 9 losses. Tsurunomi on 9 losses. Ura, Chiyoshima, Tamawashi, and Gonayama all on 8 losses. And our Komusubi Takayasu on 9 losses. Maybe a Kyujo coming shortly. Day 12 has some great matchups as we approach the pointy end. Headline match will be Hoshoryu versus Kirishima. 11-9 to the Yokozuna in that head-to-head. That will be quite the match. Ichiyamamoto versus Ozeki Kodazakura. 3-4 there in the Ozeki's favour. Onosato meets Hakuoho for the first time. Daisho meets Aonishiki, with Daisho winning once before. Oshoma and Wakataka Kage, 3-1 to Oshoma in that matchup. That'll be interesting. Takayasu and Takeda Fuji, first time meeting. Hiradumi and Oho, 6-6, an even matchup. And Wakamoto Haru and Ura will be special. 11-2 has Wakamoto Haru, very favourite there. That's day 11, folks. What an absolute corker of a day of sumo. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.